Hi guys, this is Breaker, and I'm bringing you another cast. Not quite what I had in mind when I asked the guys to send me some badass replays, but you know what? I'll go ahead and cast it anyway, just because it looks fun. Now, I have no clue how long this game lasts. The file size looked measurably large. And down here in the lower left-hand corner, spawning is our Zerg in the red trunks. This is none other than my favorite Zerg within EXE Hephaistas. Excuse me, this is my favorite Zerg from Holland. Not my favorite Zerg from Canada. At least my favorite Zerg within EXE from Canada. And by that I mean Dire Strait, but he's not in this game. And in the upper right hand corner, spawning as the Terran in the blue trunks, it's none other than EXE's very own Deemo. At least I imagine it's Deemo. I'll just call him Deemo from now on because this does kind of match his barcode, if you will. Excuse me. Did just get a good deal of food in my belly. And I'm just trying to digest it. Whenever that happens, all the blood leaves my head, which means there's a lot less oxygen getting through to it. Little fun fact of the day, whenever you eat lots of carbohydrates, the blood travels from your brain, actually from your head, to your stomach to help in the digestion process. Now, Deemo's SCV is just kind of hovering here. And that leads us to believe that he's going to throw it on a barracks, which he does. Very simple conjecture, very simple theory. And now we got we have Hephaistas kind of floating some money. I want to say he's going to pull a drone right now-ish. There we go. I was about to say. I personally like to pull the drone at 180 minerals. I like for it to get there too early as opposed to too late, but it looks like that would be far too early if I were to do it on this map. As he did arrive more than apt time when we pulled this drone at 200 minerals. Barracks almost done, and Hephaistas arrives at the choke to find that there's no way in. Poor guy. Overlord's gonna come over here, get some decent-ish position. He's gonna just come over here and place his Overlord here to make sure that his opponent's actually taking his expo, as he should. Something extremely dangerous in Wings of Liberty that's actually quite common in HOTS, I discover, is that there's the possibility to do a one base, what do you call it? A one base 1-1-1 and then throw down the expo after the 1-1-1. But of course that's very dangerous for many different reasons. You're behind substantially in economy if you don't do any damage to your Zerg opponent. But in HOTS, that's actually a lot of damage you're dealing out on your opponent if you do it right. So it's more than acceptable to do it. Spawning pool, finishing up. No gas going down, so it's basically that cues Deemo into two things here. One, his opponent's eventually going to be taking a third, and two, he's going to be cranking out a lot of queens. Alright, well, there's a barracks going down here. I wonder if Hef can see it. He does. Hef was forced to pull 3 drones, and it looks like, oh no, he did kind of misclick that SCV, and ouch, this is not going to work in his favor. This is not an all-in from Deemo by any means, if you guys just check what's going on here. He does have a third command center on the way. He's also got one right here. I'm sorry, let me just check and make sure I'm not doing anything wrong here. Okay. You know what, I'm going to go to a different channel. I apologize, guys. I didn't want you to see that. But it's nothing that isn't indecent. Oh, and this is actually very excellent micro by Deemo. So far he's killed 3 drones. By the way, Deemo is our barcode player. With excellent micro at that. Wow, and it looks like Hephaistas, he doesn't afraid of anything. He doesn't even have a spine crawler in production. That's how boss he is. He's just like, oh, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to make me make lings, and it's not going to work. So this is going to continue to drone up, and I think he'll be able to take this down with all 4 of his queens. Going back to the production tab, we see nothing but drones in the makes. Currently it's 24, and 9 on the way, so that'll bring it to 33 once these all pop. And interestingly enough, Deemo decides to leave behind that bunker. He doesn't want to overcommit to spending more than what he has to on it. There's already... in fact, he left the most worthless Marine he had inside of it. So, I mean, that's really smart thinking by Deemo. He was the first member of the EXE clan to actually make it into Grandmasters. There it is. Bunker gets salvaged. 75 minerals goes back into his pocket. And it's actually a good job by him. That one Marine looks like he might... Let me see here. Well, it's hard to say just how that worked out. He could have gotten, I don't know, a Ling and a couple of drones. Who knows? Anyway, 3 gases now on the way for Hephaistas. But let's go... We've been staring at him for just a little bit too long. Let's go back to Deemo and see what's going on here. Double NG Bay going down, so that means we're going to see a lot of Marines, a lot of Marauders, that kind of play. So eventually some Medevacs. That would be the goal by the time the 3rd base is up. But I want to say that from personal observation of what Terrans do when they're saturating, it just seems like it takes so long to get from those 3 orbital commands to 3 fully saturated bases. It really does. I mean, in comparison to Zerg. I love the positioning of these evolution chambers. For those of you who didn't know, you can basically use park one of your queens right here and put a spine crawler next to it, and basically you've got free access to killing any single Hellion that tries to make a run by. Interesting choice by Hephaistas. He's actually throwing down a Nidus network somewhere. I want to check up on that in just a minute. I just asked the guys to throw some random replays at me, and I'm going to enjoy this, I think. Let me see here. Where's the Nidus? Ah, right here. Clever maneuver by Hephaistas at that. He's actually using an Overlord to spread creep over here. Not too far out of the way, but it's something I can definitely appreciate. Okay, Nidus network is here. The question is just where's he going to put it? Because, like, I don't think he has any vision just yet of any part of Deemo's base that Deemo doesn't already see, and it looks like... you know what? I like this. I like this by Deemo. He actually has full coverage of his base. I don't think there's going to be any way for Hef to really, you know, put a Nidus Canal where it needs to go, but he did just see one Marine run by. And it looks like this one, the main function of this is just going to be reinforcement. Here we go. It's going to finish, but oh, no, it's not. Oh wait, there's another one going down. Oh, just a teeny bit further back. And that's not a good place for him to put it down, considering he doesn't... Well, he does have vision of the high ground with this Overseer here. And I bet this is basically just to kind of spook Deemo just a little bit. Good move by Hephaistas. It looks like these Hellions tried to make a run by, and that just didn't work out well. Deemo now has to pull them back to kind of hold... Try his damnedest to defend against this. I don't see him holding, though. He doesn't have any Marauders. He doesn't have any tanks. SCVs have just been pulled. They're going towards the Roach line. Just a handful of Marines. No upgrades, no stim, nothing. A single Marauder. And all these Hellions. Wow, this is actually a good sort of position for the Hellions. But, of course, they don't have a buff to speak of versus Roaches. And that tank has got to get back there and siege up. It does not. It goes down. And right now we have one Marauder with 0 kills. This does force Deemo to lift off his natural for just a moment. He lost 30 workers and all of that. And now we're just waiting to see who can take more damage. I do want to say that I've seen a game where this basically backfired on the player who tried doing it against a Terran opponent. This was during the ASL. And basically what he did was he overcommitted to overproducing on Roaches. His opponent just cranked out nothing but Marauders and Siege Tanks. But this could be one of the saving graces for Deemo right here. No, wait. Oh my god. He was going to use this to kind of sneak over there and take down the Nidus. It looks like that's not going to work out. And now we just have Hephaistas very comfortably parked outside of the natural, and by the 3rd for Deemo. And of course, Nidus is going to target down, or that Nidus will be targeted down by the tanks and some Marines. And it looks like he's trying to really micro those Roaches, get them pulled into the direction that they don't want to go into. But right now, Hephaistas, he's just stacking so much in terms of minerals. I'm wondering, you know, just what on earth is he doing? I know this isn't like him to, like, I can guarantee you he does not actually have any hotkeys. See? Look at this, Roaches. He doesn't play with hotkeys. Fun fact of the day. This guy is GM on the Europe server, and he does not play with unit hotkeys. But you know what? Some people are just so good they don't need them. Wonderful Overlord spread in the main for Hephaistas. I'm just wondering, what is this all about exactly? Alright, well now we got some mutas thrown into the mix, but how many are out on the map? 9. It is actually quite typical for Zerg players to make the transition to mutas on layer tech. Of course, with the structure I saw this game going in, I wouldn't say I would have expected that with Roach play. And all the mutas make it out of there. Most of them make it out of there with full health, if not green health. That's good enough. Miraculously, we got 2 turtling queens that make it back home alive, home-ish alive. And so far, this game looks like it's going to continue to unfold into a macro game. It's hard to believe that at one stage in this game, we had Deemo at half the supply of Hephaistas. Evolution Chamber now on the way. Oh wow, it looks like the Hellions might have taken that one down or something. Something happened here and I didn't see it. But luckily my camera just happens to be here. And there's some Marines going up against all of this. In return, Deemo managed to avenge his 30 SCVs with the killing of 3 drones. And with that, we have Deemo taking his Expo. You know, I mean, I want to say this is what makes Deemo such a sick player. I mean, this is what put him in GM. He actually knew how to follow up the pressure that he took. And right now he's not too terribly far behind where he was in comparison to Hephaistas earlier. He's actually at about, I want to say 70% of the supply that Hephaistas was at. Now he just needs, like, basically one good engagement. Marines getting chased away by the, Muta's getting chased away by the Marines here. So far, we just have the makings of a regular-ish macro game. Let's check out the saturation. Right now, we have Terran just a teeny bit behind, and Terran, of course, is Deemo. Income-wise, though, he's got mules to make up for it. He really needs to put some workers on the gas, in my sincere opinion. Here we go. And this small Bioforce is going to move into the 3rd and try and do some damage, try and make something happen. And this is actually pretty good. Wow, I mean, just look at this. Look at what what Deemo has just done to Hef. He's taken down a lot of Lings. Some Banelings are going to come in and clean this up along with the Mutas and the Roaches, however. He also managed to take down a couple of Queens. That's actually quite important. And if we look at the units lost tab right now, it's actually advantageous for Deemo right now. There was also a drop going down here at the natural. Let's see, he got about 2 more worker kills out of that, bringing the total to about 8. And these poor SCVs, they're confused out of their lives. They're angry and they're confused. They know exactly what it's like to be Idra now. 4th base going down just now for Hef. And now we have Deemo moving out. And I want to say if there's any timing for him to do it, it's definitely now. Greater Spire is on the way, and he definitely wants to get in there to strike before the Broodlords are out. In terms of unit composition for Deemo right now, Deemo's moving out at the right time. He wants to strike Hef at the right time. There we go. Okay. There are no Infestors out. There's not even any in production. There should be some, however. I'm guessing maybe they're trying to experiment with some kind of new play. I don't know, but Hephaistas currently at 169 out of 170, 169 supply opposed to 172. 1 tank does fall and all that, and a tank takes down a Queen, and it looks like the Marines are going to come in here and just tear this 3rd one up, the 3rd base that is. That's a lot of Corruptors here in combination with Mutas and Roaches as well. One thing I want to point out is that we need Deemo to keep those Marines alive so that the tanks can deal with the Roaches. And now it looks like, you know, this is going to be kind of neck and neck-ish with the engagement. Hero Marauder, been here since the beginning of the game. And now we have Deemo coming out not only slightly ahead in that engagement, but he's of course got the infrastructure it takes to back up the assault that he's putting on his opponent. All of these Corruptors, damn, they just took down Ouch. They just took down a medevac full of Marines and Marauders. Poor guys. Letters gotta go out to their wives and kids. And basically now we have to see some very prudent retaliation from Hephaistas. And by prudent, I mean something very beneficial for him. The question is just where are things going to go from here? We have Vikings in the mix now, but all we have to do is really see Hephaistas find a way to keep his corruptor count high. And maybe reinforce this with some lings. I don't know. We're going to have to find out and just see where things go here. That's a lot of corruptors, but of course the Marines are right underneath the Broodlords, so what do the Banelings matter? They're not even close to home. The corruptors are falling left and right. It looks like Hephaistas has completely forgotten about them, and I'm just waiting to see Deemo dance his Marines. It looks like he forgot to do that. There it is, GG from Hephaistas. Alright guys, go and hit that subscribe button and go ahead and add me as a friend on Facebook. That would be facebook.com/BreakerSC2. I'm a part of the EXE clan, and now we have 3 Grandmasters League players. Thanks for joining, and good game.